Hello everyone, my name is Trevor, and we are diving back into our Conquest of Hyperborea campaign. This is episode 3, which is we're excited to have. The entire party is here, and for the second time in a row, we have the entire party. It's a streak, so I'm excited to dive back in. I am wearing a hoodie because it got super cold here in Greenville, South Carolina. We had an entire month's worth of rain in 4 hours today, and tonight I will be drinking Sam Adams Cold Snap, my favorite of the seasonal beers, is back.
Yes.
So the DM is drinking tonight, so we'll have a good time. With that, let's go ahead and introduce our players. Streaming all the way from Austin, Texas is...
Cowboy Gamer. It's true. I am the illegitimate step older brother of Trevor, minus the step. We're
the illegitimate.
Yes, we're illegitimately conjoined.
Yes.
And
Chris, who are you playing?
I am playing the character of Magos, who is steeped in sorcery.
Yes, the magician.
And,
the returning character. He's the returning character. He was in the
Yes.
Heroes of Hyperborea campaign, and we bring him over for the next chapter of his story. Could be the last chapter, depending on what happens tonight. All right, super cool. All right, and our Eternal Braves fan below me, who has a message behind him. Who are you playing tonight?
Playing Alice Ovidius. I think we called him Alice, so Alice sounds just like Wonderland. So he is a Roman legionary who has found himself in the foreign land of Hyperborea.
That's right. And your pillows say, "I hate people." Yes, that includes you. That's Danny, the misanthrope. All right, so Danny is playing Alice, the Roman legionnaire, who, upon entering Hyperborea, found himself with newfound powers. So he is actually playing the class of the Warlock. All right, and next to him, it's still Christmas where you are. So tell us who you are and what you're playing tonight.
Hi, my name is Jeff, also known by Slingshot. I am playing Morgan, who is a half-blood picked druid.
Half-blood picked druid. That's a mouthful. Fun, good stuff. All right, and then. Below us, he is now a Hyperborea veteran. This is his second time playing Hyperborea, so he knows everything that he's doing now. Tell us about it.
Hey, my name is Wes, and I'm playing Quinn the Eskimo. If Chris's character is steeped in magic, he is steeped in blubber. And, he's a huntsman, and he's got his trusty hounds with him.
He does.
Yes, exactly.
His trusty hound. What is the name of your trusty hound again?
Takani.
Now, here's the thing. We got a streak going. He has survived one game. I do have a history in past games of pets and followers being the red-shirted ensigns of the party, but we'll see if they can continue to live. All right, so with that, we're going to dive back into Hyperborea. So we know that we've got the players. We're going to pick up the story where we left off. We're going to pick up exactly like the moment that we left off in our previous episodes. So let's go ahead. Let's move back to the cave. We'll do a super quick recap. So what happened last week is our party left the village, and we're heading north up into the mountains. Actually, it's more like west. Up the mountains to the barrier peaks. They were investigating. Everyone had different reasons for going, but they all had a common purpose of going up there. Magos is tracking a rival wizard, Verazon, actually a necromancer, who has robbed him of his precious star metal, which gives him a lot of his powers. Alice, the Roman, is looking for other members of his legionnaire that are believed to have been whisked away to this land as well, because he's originally from Earth or Britannia. Jeff's character, Morgan, wants to travel with him because there's all these undead minions seem to be popping up because he lives in the forest that edges these mountains, and he wants to get to the bottom of whatever it is that is beginning to encroach on his domain. And then we have Quinn, who has a personal quest that he's on, but was also hired by Magos as a tracker. So they all kind of came together in this town, all finding different goals, but a common purpose to head up into this mountain and head that way. Now, as they left, they also saw a lot of strange lights, these green lights kind of emanating from the mountain. They headed up that way. As they did, they found a place to camp that Quinn was familiar with. When they went there, we found that it was a lost ruin of a god, a very important god to our druid, Lunaqua, who is the moon goddess. So he found possibly a powerful place for him to commune. While they were there, they were ambushed at night by these flying reptilian beasts, pterodactyls. As they flew in, they attacked. They survived. Their horse.
I created a Christmas tree.
You did. You created the light, the beacon that they came down on. Marcus, who thinks he's the leader of the party, the horse, was attacked and injured. They had to stay there for a bit, heal up the horse because he is pulling the sled with all of the supplies. They began to go up the mountain. They found lots of
brains of the operation.
Marcus is the brains of the operation, and they're also joined by Telesphorus, the Greek priest of Apollo, who is following for his own reasons as well. He's wanting to find a way to return. He came from Britannia as well. He's wanting to return. So with that, they're all heading up the mountain. They came across some strange tracks, some very, very big tracks that they were concerned about. They found a crack in the mountain. They discovered a cave, which they unearthed. When they went inside this cave, as they're kind of going into the mountains, what they found inside the cave was something that shocked everyone. They found a really old boat, a ship that had been somehow wedged or lost in this cave. Through investigation, they found a few little treasures, some arrows, some armor, some things of that nature. But what they also found was a journal, and it was the journal of someone called, let me get my notes here. Anybody beat me to it? Let me pull it up. Here it is, the Journal of Acrisios. And it was written in a strange dialect that our Telesphorus understood and was able to read and pick out that this journal was basically the journal of possibly the captain of this voyage that found themselves strangely pulled here. And it mentions leaving Troy, setting sail from Troy, and sailing with other ships in the accompaniment of Odysseus. This was shocking to Telesphorus because he knows the famous story of the Greeks that left the Battle of Troy, and many were lost on this voyage, and apparently some of them ended up here in Hyperborea. They also were able to discover, I believe we had some treasures that were found. Quinn found a satchel of strange potions or in jars, and they found out that it is alchemist fire, also known as Greek fire. So now he's equipped with that. And for some reason, I cannot, our music here, get ourselves back in the throes of Hyperborea. So let's set the scene. It was a couple of days into this journey. I believe, I know that our official our calendar keeper, Jeff, he's keeping up with it. And I believe we're still under the moon cycle of Phobos, which is the smaller of the two moons that orbit Hyperborea, and it's generally seen as a bad omen. It also gives off less light at night. But that's where we are now. We're in at night. They're in this cave. They have a few torches lit as they are kind of scouring over this lost ship for clues. And one thing they did find is that there is a big something outside. It was alluded to in the Journal of Acrisios that a Cyclops seems to be guarding the base of this mountain that they are at, and it seems that Acrisios was trapped here. So this matches up with the smell, the tracks, and everything that they found as they were heading into this cave. And now they believe that there is a Cyclops roaming about outside this cave. Now this cave does go further in. So when we left off last time, they were debating, and I still don't know what the answer is. Are they going to handle, lure it away, trek further in? I don't know. We'll find out. So let's pick up the action. Let's start with Magos. So Magos, you had found a couple of scrolls, one of which was a scroll that you could copy over. It's going to take some time. You'll need another few hours at least, even in the frantic pace that you're going for, to copy the spell. Was it Wall of Shadow? Is that correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
Wall of Shadow.
Right.
I am happy to stay here and continue in this. Do I see any signs that would make me think that anyone has been here within the last month or so?
It's cold and it's dark, and you have a little torchlight. That's a little out of your skill set. to see to figure that out. It doesn't look like
Was it
it's
hard
been
to get in here?
Remember, you had to. It was like
We had
bricked
to
in.
unearth it.
You had to unearth it,
Yeah.
right? So, and it was, and whoever set it there was human built. So it wasn't
I'm
like
okay with sticking here and applying this option, for a new magic, since I'm trying to restore old magic.
right.
So I am totally fine hanging here and while everyone else figures out what they want to do.
All right. So you are busy under torchlight trying to copy this spell over into your spell book. All right. As you're
Yes.
doing that, we'll go around the horn. Let's go to our Roman friend. What is Aelus Ovidius doing?
Well, he presents the 2 options he sees, which is here in the cave, we can keep venturing forward. Not much light. Also have the horse I have to think of.
Who is also in the cave.
Yes. Outside, we can keep trekking up the mountain with the horse and the supplies. Probably a Cyclops. And Tellus Forest, the old Greek. He's going to probably have a rougher go of it outside. Who knows? I mean, they're both pros and cons. I don't know.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
That's a
We should
good summary of the situation.
Do
What does our
you
druid
think
friend think?
we need to go retrieve our friend now that we realize that he might be a meal?
He's in with us. Isn't he?
Tell his force is in the cave.
Oh, he is in the cave, so we
Yeah,
don't have anybody out there.
No, everyone is in the cave.
Okay, just appreciate that clarification.
He was the one reading the journal. He's sitting there scouring through the
Okay.
journal.
Sorry.
All right, let's hear from the others. So, our druid Morgan, what are you doing?
I've been trying to tend to the others' wounds.
Thank you.
I will go with majority. Personally, I think we should either confront this beast or we can travel deeper in, but I'm good for either.
All right. What is
We go
the
deeper
mighty
and get lots
Quinn?
of
I
treasure,
like how
come back
everyone's
and
pointed
kill.
down to the new player at the table.
So I'm going to go to Magos, and I'm going to suggest that his familiar get to the back of the cave and fly at top speed to come out of the cave so fast that nothing could grab him or interact with him, and scout and see if the Cyclops is waiting out there.
I like this idea. Quinn, thank you. I've been so in this scroll that I've not been thinking about the greater good. So you've earned your keep today. Yes, let me do this. And then I immediately just kind of start.
You zone out, and your eyes
zoning out.
disappear and go
And-
like kind of white. As Raftontix, your Archaeopteryx, the little lizard bird, you take over its eyesight, full Beastmaster mode, and you do exactly
Yeah.
as Quinn has suggested. You get max speed, and you just shoot straight out the cave as fast as possible. As soon as you do, as the bird, the eyes are kind of wheeled back as there's a lot of wind kicking up, but you are able to pierce the outside of the cave. As you begin to kind of soar about the bottom of this cave, it is night, but the Archaeopteryx has excellent vision, and even with the pale light that we get from the moon, Phobos, you are able to scout the area. One thing you see is off higher up to the left of the cave. You do see what looks to be a giant like ditch. It's almost like a circular hole. As you look in there, you see lots of trash and debris and bone, almost like something has been sleeping in it or staying in it, and you quickly ascertain that this might be where the thing sleeps.
Do I see any food?
You do
Or scraps?
see. You don't see food. You see lots of bones.
All right. Human bones or just bones?
A mixture of animal and human bone. Human size.
like
It's
to-
hard. You don't know, but human-sized bones.
Raftontus would like to grab a a bone that doesn't look like a femur
Okay.
or patella.
Something small.
A smaller bone.
Okay.
And then bring it back in.
Okay. You go and you start scouring about. As you fly around, you look and you see a few shiny things in there as well that catch your eye. As you do that, out of the side of one of your eyes, you see a giant shadow move. As you look, you take a quick glimpse of this giant beast. Just for a quick second, you see this giant center horn that seems to be coming out of its head. It is as big as a tree as he is walking about, but he is close to whatever this hole is that he seems to be squatting in, I guess is the best way to say it.
Is
I'm
the
going to
hole
grab this. I'm going
above
to grab
us?
this.
The hole is above you. It's above you and to the left of the cave. Like if you were looking at the cave, it's above to the left.
I'm going to grab this little bone.
Okay.
And make my way back into the cave.
Okay. All right. You go and you grab something that looks like a bone or something, and you come flying back to the cave.
And I'm going to bring it back to the Quinn's dog.
Okay. You bring the little bone back to Quinn's dog. Quinn, you see this thing flying and drop off the small bone. You pick up the bone and inspect it. It looks like maybe a finger.
Well, I was nudging it towards the dog. I was trying to get it.
Well, Quinn went and looked at it. So
it's a finger.
Yeah, there's a little bit of meat left on it. It's finger licking good.
Good.
Is the entrance to the cave big enough to where if the beast were to stoop, he could stick a head in?
Yes.
But he couldn't fit inside.
Correct.
I have an idea.
Of course, Wes has an idea.
We got to stop here for a second. Those are my 4 most favorite words, probably going back to 1996.
Because when Wes says, "I have an idea,"
because it's always 80 times better than anything I can come up with.
All right, let's hear it. What's the master plan?
We've got a lot of rope and rigging on the boat.
Yes.
We have 5 jars of alchemical fire.
Correct.
We could rig something up that's in a way above the cave door to where if tripped, if we could draw the thing to stick its head in, it would just wrecking ball swing 5 jars of alchemical fire right into its face.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
We are going to Home Alone this crap, is what we're about to do.
Magus
Magus
looks up from his scrolls and says, "Oh, this sounds fun."
So we would need some of the sail to rig a pouch to hold it all in.
Okay.
The jars inside of it drawn with a rope, and then have a way to set a simple trip line close to the close to the edge of the cave, just low enough in the snow to where if it was tripped, it would pull, release the rope, and swing down into the front. Out of sight from the cave, but swing down into the face.
Right. Talking like sledgehammer from the ceiling to the face.
Yeah, but it would just be simple rope. All it has to do is hit with each other, and I don't know if it needs something to set it off, or is it just by hitting, or we could have a campfire.
We could be holding it with the rope, and as soon as he pops his head in, if we had to.
Yeah, so that, I think we could possibly draw it in with a little bit of action, or with
I think so.
The
bird, and the dog, and the horse.
And we could also, if it doesn't immediately set off, I could have an arrow wrapped in sail that I can quickly light with a fire and shoot it into it if it needs it.
I love all of this. Hang on.
I love how Chris's dog matches what he's wearing.
Okay. All right, so let's he's building. Okay, Jeff's working on his camera. As he's doing that, y'all are going into, we're going to do a quick montage of you guys building the trap. It's basically the scene from Predator when they're like getting everything together. Or someone's like pulling the rope, you know. Magos is reading his book, and he's writing. Telesforce is reading. The learned people are off, you know, being useless, while the rest of you are hard at work on the Mighty Quinn's plan. So a couple things here. One, because we stopped the action last time, and Wes has had a full week to think about this, it's hysterical, and that was hilarious that he's had a whole week to ruminate over this. I love it. All right, so
Right.
you're gonna try to lure the Cyclops to stick his head into the cave, and then at this point there'll be a tripwire that will swing
Or a
down.
manual release, either way.
It could be a manual release, yeah. You could just have someone just holding back. I mean, it's a simple pulley system. So, and then smash all 5 jars of alchemical fire, Greek fire, onto this thing. Okay. I love all of this. All right, so you guys are going to get working on that. It's going to take a little time. It won't take long. It's a pretty simple trap. So as you guys are putting that together and rigging that, some time passes. We're going through some torches. We're going through some rations and eating. Yes. Got another one, Wes?
The pterodactyl. We still have pterodactyl meat, right?
You do.
So maybe we could cook some out near the cave mouth for a nice little smell.
Ooh.
I like that.
I like that a lot. Okay.
Also, Magos is hungry, and I feel like it's a good time to do that anyway.
You'll have plenty. You have plenty. All right, so you begin cooking your meal. The trap has been set. I do need Wes to roll a d12 for me, because he has an ability. Oh, yes. He has a trap-making ability. All right.
Wait, Wes has a trapper keeper?
No, yes, because it's 1985. No, Wes has an ability to make traps. All right, so the trap has been made. The Greek fire is pulled. Everything is good to go. And then, how are y'all going to lure the beast? Just smell alone and see if that works?
I have heard that Cyclops are not that smart in my travels.
It's fair.
And I feel that I'm pretty intelligent, and I am going to basically climb myself out, make some noises, and disrobe as if I'm a madman.
It is very cold. I will say that. It is also very cold.
It's okay. The heat from behind me will be fine. The smoke of the pterodactyl.
Gotcha.
I'm going to disrobe at like a meat source.
We've chosen
climb towards the hole I need to, and then basically create my own bait. I'm definitely interested in stealing whatever hoard it has out there.
Okay.
We've chosen protein and nudity.
Correct.
Yes.
All right.
You're not impressing anybody with as cold as this is.
All right. So yes. All right. So we have Magos. Magos is outside the cave. He's dancing. There's fire. There's a smell. It doesn't take long to hear the.
There's the moonlight. I mean, it's
yes.
a perfect setup.
Yeah. So it's in. We're actually in the wee hours of the morning at this point. Once everything has been set up, and
hours of the morning.
It is the wee hours of the morning.
Got that shrinkage going
right?
on?
Shrinkage.
That the thump 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 of a giant Cyclops comes barreling over the hill and sees you, and you look up and you see this thing coming at you. Now this thing is very large. It's very fat. Let me get. He has not missed a meal. Let me believe. I am
going to taunt him.
Of course you are. Okay. Let's see.
Oh, he comes equipped with slacks.
Yes, he has hooven feet. So he has like furry legs as he comes running over. He sees you. Now, I need Chris to roll initiative against this thing. He's a good distance away. Just roll a d6. Off to the left, there's a die. Hit d6. Cyclops is going on a 4.
Boom!
You look as you see the Cyclops lifting a giant boulder and pulling it back as if getting ready to launch it in your general direction. But you're spry. You're expecting this. You get to move first.
I'm going to first say to it, hey, I could get into mom jokes, but let's get off mom's. I just got off yours. Look at that run.
Chris has been drinking, I can tell. I will do the same. Alright, so you taunt the beast. You dive into the cave as it releases this boulder. The boulder hits the side of the mountain, explodes, creates this large sound. The entire cave shakes as this thing you can hear it moving as it now. At this point, let's go to the inside of the cave. Let me give you an idea. Who's doing what as this thing's coming? Tellus Force is basically in the boat, kind of hiding back there. The horse and the cart have been pulled further back into the cave.
Yes, I'm really strong if you want me to be holding it, or did we do a tripwire?
I think we would do manual if we
You're
know
holding
that-
it.
Yeah.
I could be holding it, and then I'm waiting on Wes. Wes's.
Do I need to
because-
make a dex roll to jump nude over the fire as I'm
Nah,
trying to make my
I'm
way
gonna give
back
it to
to
you.
the cave?
Nah, you're
Uh,
fine.
Alright,
you
so
have no
I'm running
idea.
like a bat out of hell because I'm scared
No matter how
shitless.
high those flames go, you're fine. Okay.
Okay. Hey.
I'm with you. All right, I know.
So
Alright, what is Jeff doing? So Danny, Aylis is manning, is holding the rope with the,
I've got an arrow knocked.
you've got an arrow knocked at the cave. What is Jeff doing?
I also have an arrow knocked. Getting ready.
Okay. With that, the beast runs, and you see basically whatever moonlight was coming in through the cave is now eclipsed by this giant shadow, and you see this giant hand reaching into the cave. It's basically grabbing inside the cave. So you
Wow.
basically have a giant hand reaching into the cave. At that point,
That's big.
what do y'all want to do? Because you do have a giant hand reaching into the cave.
Hand's good enough.
How
for
far
me.
is it from the ship?
Pretty far. It's a good 30, 40 feet back. Alright, with that, Quinn, you're up first. You taking your shot?
I'm gonna dip my arrow into the fire and fire it into his hand.
I like it. Take the shot.
That's D20.
If you go to your character sheet, just roll it.
Oh yeah.
Because it'll do all the math for us. Alright, they're engaging the Cyclops.
Ooh.
It is going to hit, but it doesn't do a whole lot of damage. You basically cuss it hits the top of his. It does stick in his hand, but you do manage to do 3 whole points of damage as you do land the arrow. You instinctively you can't. This is your turn. You can take a second shot because you're the master of the bow.
Yeah.
Is this his bow or is this his new crossbow he's working on?
He's not doing. He's doing this. That one.
Ooh.
You fall back in the darkness, shoot, the arrow goes up, it hits the rock, it breaks, it snaps. With that, let's go to Morgan. You've got your arrow ready as well.
Fire.
You take a shot, that's going to hit for another 3. Alright, now we have Aylis.
I'm still holding.
You're not gonna release it?
Not on a hand. I don't know, unless Wes told me to.
Well, they're
Wait.
shooting at it.
Well, maybe
That's
we
fine.
can
I'm
get
good.
it a little bit more. Well,
Yeah.
here's what I don't want to happen. What I don't want to happen is him pull away and try to do something else, like throw rocks in at us or something. If we can get him to recoil,
Right.
then we might have an advantage where we can try to push it. But I don't want him to trap us in the cave.
The question is he releasing the trap? If he can hit the hand now. All right, Wes is giving you the signal. You release the trap. The rope was extremely old and brittle, and as you pull to let go, it snaps. It does come down. It will hit. Basically, you failed your trap roll. But because of the situation,
because it was high, right?
Yeah, you want to roll low. So it snapped. Now, here's the thing. Because of the situation of where it all is, it's still going to hit the hand. It's still going to have impact. The problem now is that is now splashed, and now the entire inside of the cave is now, like, on fire. It is spread.
But it's far enough away from the boat, right?
It's far enough away from the boat. Like I said, it's a good 30 feet away. But there is a fire spreading on the outside. Because remember, this is Greek fire. It will burn on top of this. So it does hit. So, Wes, I need you to roll for 5 Greek fire. I need you to roll 5d8. 28 damage. All right. So with that, his hand is just engulfed in flame. He pulls his hand out, and it is still like it lights up the sky. Is basically his giant hand now is a beacon. It's like a giant bonfire in the night sky, and you hear this roar, and it just echoes. It echoes through the cave. It echoes from all around as he's basically like shaking his flaming hand. With that, let's make a next roll for initiative. This time we're going to go Danny. You're going to roll. We're going to kind of keep this theater of the mind for right now. So, Danny, you roll for the party. I'll roll for the Cyclops. Cyclops is going on a 3. All right, so, Danny, the party is up. What are y'all doing?
So we need to just declare.
Yep, everyone just declare what you're doing. You know what? I was supposed to do that before we rolled. Sorry. So let's go ahead and declare. What's Magos doing?
Magos is climbing into the boat, looking for my clothes, and putting my clothes back on.
Perfect. All right. What is our druid friend doing? Announce.
Can I still see the flame and stuff like that?
Oh, yeah.
How far is he away?
You're about 20 feet away.
I'm going to be casting a spell.
Perfect. All right. What is our Roman friend doing?
Is any part of him still in the cave?
No, he's basically, what's happening is really fast. This is the moment he's recoiling his hand. Okay. So it's still recoiling at this moment. Everything's happening really quick.
Hey, can I, as I'm putting my clothes on, can I yell out to Quinn and support to give him advantage?
Nope, there is no advantage in this game. Get that out of here.
No, damn this Hyperborean.
There's no extra credit in Hyperborea.
Take your fantasy mongering and take it out the door.
Okay, I will.
You offer kind words, they fall flat.
It's delusion in this world. I'm going to range.
Kind words.
Range. Okay, Wes.
3 arrows.
3 arrows. 3 arrows. Here we go. All right. So with that, we'll go through. Magos, you were trying to get your clothes back on and get warm. Telesphorus, he is running up. He's casting a spell as well. With that, he was kind of moving in position. I want to go ahead and get Telesphorus' spell to go off first. He runs up to Quinn, and he just places his hand on. And he goes, "May Apollo guide your arrows, friend." And with that, you feel this warmth come over you as you pick up your first arrow. He has cast Omen on you, and your first attack, you will roll 3 times, and you take the highest. So we'll do this. Hit the button 3 times, and then we'll take the first attack die roll. But we'll take the highest hit, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, when it's my turn, right?
Yeah, go ahead and go now.
Oh, okay.
All right, so you hit. So we're going to take the -2. But we'll take the 4 damage. So you're going to hit for 4 for that first arrow. All right, now roll 2 more times because this time you're attacking 3 times because of your mastery. So here's the next attack. Only 3. And then the third attack. Wow, you're hitting. You're just not doing a lot to it. But it's like a pin cushion. All your arrows are going into its hand.
But I do get. He's not a beast. Well, you called him a beast, but he's.
I call him a beast, but he's not a beast. No, he's not a beast. So you're not getting the predator bonus.
But it is getting +1, right?
Yeah, it's automatically doing the math. All right, so all of those arrows are going into him. He's looking like a pin cushion. Next missile attack will be from Danny. Oh, you hit it. Alis. That is a hardness. Hardness. You fail your shot. The shot goes wide. It was a giant target, and somehow you still missed it. With that, we have a spell going off by our friend over here.
I'm beginning to cast. See my hands like begin to move, and I'm trying to focus on the fire that's on his hand. I'm gonna try and double it with influence normal fire.
Ooh.
Size.
So you're gonna try to double the size of the fire. That's a great idea. And there's no save for that either, is there?
No, if for example a bonfire is doubled and enemies are huddled around it, it may make an avoidance save, but it's on him. So
yeah, I'm gonna say it's straight gonna happen. All right, so with that, it goes to his turn. The Greek fire begins to burn. It would burn for another 5d8, but because you have doubled the size of it, I want Jeff to roll 5d8 and Wes to roll 5d8 because we're doubling the damage of the fire.
This guy's turning into the Wicker Man.
Super
All
smart.
right, 34 and 17. That's going to be 51 damage. All right, with that, he is completely engulfed. This giant Cyclops is and he's on fire. With that, he's going to pick up the boulder that he threw, the pieces of it, and he's going to try to just roll them into the cave. There's a giant ball rolling into the cave. With that, let's see. It's going to be between you three which way this goes. We're going to roll a d6. It's going to be 1-2 for Danny, 3-4 for Morgan, and 5-6 for Wes on which way this thing is going. It's going to the Druid. All right, so here comes the boulder. Bum,
Yes.
bum, bum, bum. He rolled a 1. Instead, it just crushes and it like blocks the exit of. He creates a new blockage in front of the cave. It doesn't even go inside the cave. He just basically blocked you guys off. So there's a giant boulder now plugging the hole as he continues to burn outside. With that, let's make some announcements and then we'll do another roll of initiative.
I'm gonna run and melee, I guess.
There's too much fire, is there?
You can. Yeah, you can get through it. It doesn't completely plug the hole, but it definitely, you can get through it. Alis, you run forward. You reach outside the cave. You reach the outside of the cave and you kind of push the boulder out of the way just in time to see this giant Cyclops on fire. And he's like trying to like put himself out and he just lays on the ground and he's dead. He burned to death.
All right. I'm gonna just turn around and Cyclops is dead, boys. We just got a whole lot more meat to eat.
Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know about this one.
Hey, beggars can't be choosers.
Is he still smoldering on the side of the mountain? You guys did drop the side. That was very well played. Between the trap and that expansion of fire spell was really cool. That was a very cool effect. All right, so with that, you guys have downed the Cyclops. What do you guys want to do now? Now the entire options are now open.
I want to explore his area as well as his person to see if there's any stones or anything of
value, right?
Of value.
Horn?
Sorcerer.
I want his horn.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. You're collecting the horn. Okay. So Quinn, you go out to take try to cut. You're taking your spear out and cutting and trying to get the horn off as you're trying to collect the horn of the mighty Cyclops. What is
wear that horn on your pelvis?
Good. It'll be like Guar or something. All right, with that, we're gonna go. That was a deep cut joke. All right, so let's go to Jeff. What are you doing as you come out? Morgan steps out of the cave. You see this burning effigy of the Cyclops on the side of the mountain. What are you doing?
Just basically looking around and trying to see if there's. Can we tell which way it came from?
It definitely looks like it came up mountain and was stepping down.
Yeah, I'm just basically looking around to make sure there's no other creatures or anything like that.
It is a cold Hyperborean night. You're wise to do that as you look around. The sounds that you pick up from all around is that this battle and these has definitely alerted you. A lot of things seem to be moving about in the distance. It kind of echoes through the cave, but you hear lots of beast crying, and in fact, in the very, very distant, you swear you hear a drum. All right, so you guys have slain the Cyclops, and now let's do a quick recap of the situation here. So we have Quinn, who's retrieving the horn, and then we have we just heard from Morgan, who heard sounds in the distance of lots of animals and cries, and in the distance, possibly a drum or something, a beating sound. Echoing through. So, and Magos, you come out of the cave, you step over, and the fire that's still burning from the Greek fire that's kind of burning around the cave from the trap that failed but still kind of worked. You've got your robes back on. You see the downed Cyclopean beast, but you remember something that you saw from the aerial view was the hole with stuff in it. So you start heading in that direction.
Oh, I'm also going to try to retrieve any arrows from the corpse.
You fired 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
4 hit him.
The 4 that hit him, I'll let you. There was a lot of fire there. I'm gonna say 2
They're
of those. I'll let you try to roll for 2. I think 2 are completely gone. You might be able to pull 2 off of it. But roll 2d6. Let's see if you can get him out. He was a burning. No, they're gone. All right, so. You lost some arrows, you lost some Greek fire, but you killed a Cyclops. So, all right. So, so with that, Magos, you head up. You crest the ridge. You see this giant hole where this thing was hunkering down, and you see a bunch of bones and various things laying about. You begin prodding around. You're looking for star metal. As you're looking around, your eyes do remember seeing some things gleam from the aerial view. You go and you dig those things up. You do find, and you will thank the members of Discord who rolled up the treasure today. You will find a gem-encrusted bracer. It's a gem-encrusted bracer. It has amethyst, but it's a gem-encrusted bracer. You also find what looks to be like a finely made comb made out of copper. And you do find what looks to be an individual, a warrior that was crushed. You see his body laying there, but what remains of that is a pretty good-looking shield. You lift up the shield, you look at it. It's a lot lighter than you thought it would be. And under that, a grasp in his hand, you look down and you see that he was holding some type of potion or vial that survived the crash. It was like under the shield. So you have a vial of some type of liquid, a shield, a bracer that is gem encrusted, and a finely made comb.
Nice.
Now you can comb your beard.
That's awesome. So I take it all.
Okay. So you look around, you don't see anything else here other than a lot of dead bones strewn about. It looks like
no stones of power.
No stones of power. Sorry, this was a trash heap of whatever came his way.
Cyclopean.
Basically, all the crap he caught and ate, he just would sit here, eat it, and throw it in the hole.
All right.
You basically found his trash bin. All right, with that,
I grab up my stuff and my robe, and I'm going to head back with my newfound. What am I most excited about of the things that I've found? What do you think?
I mean, you tell me. You've got a couple things of jewelry, a shield, and a potion or a vial of something.
I'm gonna gift Quinn with the shield.
Okay. Let me. You hand the shield over to Quinn. I don't even know if you're a shield person.
Cool, thank you. What do I make of this shield?
It looks like it's made of like a thick bronze. It has a center knob in the middle. It has an 8 like points like shooting out, like almost like a starburst on the front of it. You've never seen a shield like this before. It's very finely made. It's not anything you'd have seen in your area. It's definitely not made by the Picts or your clan, the Eskimo. But it's very finely made, and it also seems a lot lighter than it would appear.
Which is good.
Now, Magos, I will tell you, you are particularly interested in anything alchemical, as you're the only person with the ability to identify said items.
Well, can I roll to identify?
You don't even
what I
need to.
do?
You just kind of pull it up to your nose, you sniff it, you take a sip of it, and you can easily identify. You've run across this in your previous journeys, that this is a potion of fire breath.
Nice.
And thank you to the people of Discord
Can
who rolled
anyone
this up.
use that?
Yeah.
Can anyone use that?
Anyone use that?
I'm going to give that to Slingshot.
What are you giving me?
A potion of fire breath.
This is a potion of fire breath as a thank you for using your god's power to help save us earlier. Here's hoping that this might help us again in case your god doesn't show up.
Luck was always there.
That's
Just
the most.
in case.
That's the most Magos thing I've heard in a while.
Alright.
When
Well, I'm doing all that.
faith fails you, my friend,
Drink.
take a sip.
I'm going to have taken like a big piece of timber from the boat,
Okay.
lit the end on fire, and ventured
Timber.
down into the cave a little bit just to see what's ahead of us in the dark.
All right. So they're out scavenging. You and Tellus Forrest joins you. He's holding a torch. He lights your way. And what you see is that there's some of the water in the cave is not completely frozen. There is like, and it kind of drops down. There is like a mountain stream that runs down. You look down as you're kind of looking over the torch. You look up and you see that you could climb up this cave, but you also see that this water gushes and kind of goes out the other side of the cave. In fact, as you keep moving, you hear it dropping a little bit, like almost cascading. So you're not quite sure how far this water goes, but it goes a good bit. So that's interesting to you. It's almost like it's like a small underground river.
Reconnaissance. All right, I'll head back and just tell everyone what I found. We could climb it. There's also a stream that goes out, seems to exit the mountain. This might be good for, especially with all the noises we've been hearing that seem to have been awoken by the killing of this Cyclops.
Can we fortify the entrance somewhat with some of the wood in case whatever happens tonight?
If you want to fall back to the cave.
There's a boulder there too.
Well, you said yeah. We're in the daytime now, right?
Yeah, it's early morning. This Helios is about to crest the horizon, and you'll have a massive 5 hours of daylight. Whatever you're going to do, you did not rest. You've been up all night, evading Cyclops, fighting Cyclops, eating, feasting. But you should push whatever you're going to do. You've got 5 hours of daylight, and you know it's precious. So I would use it and then rest after those 5 hours. So
we've got 2.5 hours if we wanted to get back here before dark.
Correct.
Shall we journey out and leave Telos here, or does he need to come with us? Marcus needs to recover still.
So here's what we're going to do. Danny's power is down for a few minutes, so while he's out, we'll say he stays back with Tellus Forest while whoever wants to go scout can scout. We'll do that.
I'm definitely in the scout party.
Okay, so the huntsman and his mighty dog are going to go scout. Is anyone going to go with the scouting party? Morrigan is going. Is Magos, are you going to stay, or are you going to go scout as well?
I'm going to stay and work on my
Okay.
learning.
All right, so you're going to stay back and you're going to continue to work on your scroll and rest. All right, so the druid and the huntsman are out and about. The two of you head up, and as you are heading out, you climb and you begin to go as far up as the mountain as you can while you have daylight. As you get further up, it is quickly easy to find that there are a set of tracks that you pick up pretty quickly. It's 5, possibly 6 individuals. They are walking very strange. It's like they're stumbling about or they're wandering around, and in some cases you see handprints as well, as if they're walking on using their hands to walk as well. Very strange. Not really quite sure what to make of that, but they seem to be heading up the mountain in the direction that you're wanting to go. It also looks like they are possibly 3-4 hours behind you, or in front of you, I guess would be.
I'm going to look at Morgan and say, didn't you hear a story in town? I don't know, did he tell me? Did you tell us about what the guy told you as far as the people eating people?
Yes, everyone told that.
Was I there?
No, so right now this is between Morgan
Right.
and Quinn. They are scouting up. So right now they're the only two in the scene. So Quinn and Morgan had this conversation. This was something you talked about previously. The 2 eating the 1.
Do I notice any flesh rotting off or anything left in the tracks?
You don't see any blood. There doesn't seem to be any sign of struggle. It just looks very strange how they're kind of running about and in some cases using their hands to move about the snow as well.
There have been stories of cannibals in the area. I've never met any personally. I have,
except for the ones that you guys killed.
Yeah. It's possible that some are running on all 4s like animals. That I wouldn't put it past them. Some of the full-blown pics are a little wild.
I've never encountered anything like this, though, have I?
No.
Well, they seem to be far ahead of us or behind us, depending on which way you're looking at it.
The tracks are headed away, though, right, Trevor?
They're heading up the mountain, which is where you guys were trying to get to.
How long does it look like it would take to get up the mountain completely?
Oh, days. It would be a very long journey. I mean, a lot of the question is how far do you guys want to push this as far as what you're looking for? It's a very big mountain.
Well, I don't think we should follow without the rest of the party. Maybe we should.
For sure.
Okay. Anything else y'all want to do? Y'all have got about another hour or so before you really need to head back if you're trying to get back before Helios crests over the last horizon for the night.
As we're walking back, I'm just praying to Lanakwa, kind of like quietly chanting.
Okay. As you two do that, y'all will return home. You get back to the cave. At this point, you get back in the cave and you see everyone. Alis, you've been in the cave now for a few hours, resting. You see that Magos, at this point, you have completed copying, and as soon as you copy the last bit of that scroll into your tome, all of the letters of that scroll disappear and is lost. It has basically been transcribed and copied, and then the scroll itself is lost. You can now use that as some of your spell slots, because you do have a number of second level spell slots that you can use. So you could cast that multiple times. So you have that. You still have that other scroll that is well beyond your ability to scribe, but you could try to cast it if need be. With this, you're pretty tired. Telesphorus is still going over and kind of nodding off as he is going over and reading this tome that he's found. But what is Alis doing?
Now, when you said that we could climb from the inside, does that look like actual climbing, or
Yeah.
we could walk up?
Climb.
Yeah, I wasn't here, but did they get that?
So they didn't look at it. So 2 of them went scouting outside, the druid and the huntsman. Magos is studying, and then we were trying to decide what you've been doing. Basically, this is your daylight. and they decided to scout.
Gotcha.
Y'all didn't rest the night before, so y'all need to catch up on some rest. But you do have several hours inside the cave. So, is there anything you want to do in and around the cave area?
Yeah, I want to go back in where I was and see. Basically, we can climb up, and then there's a stream that goes out.
Yeah, you want to follow the stream. You take one of the torches off of it, and you kind of continue to move on. And there is an area where you can kind of skirt the side of this. There seems to be like a little bit of a path that's been cut out. It does look that this path was man-made or manipulated. It wasn't here naturally, so this has been used before by other people. But you do find your way, and you do get a vision of where this thing ends and comes out. And I've got that pulled up for you here. So this is what you see at the end of the cave. The water does gush out. It does open up, and the water just kind of like disappears over. But you do see the daylight cascading inside. So this is another avenue that you could possibly take if you wanted.
How long did it take me to get to this?
An hour.
And I rested already?
You have not rested.
Okay, well, I'm going to trudge back. Well, let me go to the end and just look out and see.
The current of the water is pretty strong. It's also very cold. You're having to kind of wade in this a little bit, with just like to your knees as you're trying to like look about. You do look out and you do see that this water disappears and it kind of cuts through the mountain, and you're not really sure, but it could be a shortcut. As you see that this kind of, the water kind of disappears into a valley, and then you see this massive cave in the distance. You do see a cave, and basically there's a mountain, you see another cave, and for a split second you see what looks to be campfire in that cave in the distance. It is far. It's at least a day's journey, but you do see what looks to be other signs of life in the mountain beyond.
Okay. I'll head back and report back.
Okay. All right, so you head back. At this point, we're going to go ahead and bring the entire party together. So all four of you are together with Telesphorus, with Marcus the Mighty Horse, and you're all having the conversation on what to do next as we rest. So we're going to go and do a rest cycle here. So for you spellcasters, you can get your spells back. I need Magos to kind of, I guess, update what spells you've got ready now that you have access to your second level spells, a second level spell. And then also while you're in the cave, Ayla, you sleep and you are awoken as the wind pushes through the cave and hits your arm. And you feel it get really cold, and you look down and the runes have kind of been replenished. And it looks very faint that a third rune is beginning to make its way onto your arm, but you can't make it out. But you can just see like the outline of a few markings on your arm.
Nice. Or disturbing. Yeah. Okay. All right.
All right, Quinn, you wake up. You look about and are instantly annoyed at the sound of Telesphorus praying in the night. And chanting his rituals to Apollo. You also look over and you see your druid friend doing the same thing to a different god, to Lanakwa, as they're preparing their morning rituals. And what are you doing? Everyone's got something. What are you doing?
I am feeding the dog.
You're feeding the dog. You're feeding the dog, taking care of Marcus. All right, so now it's decision time. We need to have a conversation. Which path and what do you guys want to do from here? Also, while we're doing that, Jeff, if you can look up, we need to advance the Hyperborean calendar one day. Can you tell me what moon cycles are on now?
We are in, what are we on, the 28th?
I think that's right now.
Yeah, we are in full Phobos.
Full Phobos. Wonderful.
What does that mean? I don't want to know. Just surprise me. All right.
That's right, because your character, Ayla, has knows nothing about it.
What say you?
Well,
say you, tracker.
If we can get to the other side of the mountain, so from what I understand from what he's told me, you can basically get to the other side of the mountain by going through this cave and cut off some journey where we won't be exposed to the elements, and we also have a more defensible position. So that sounds to me like the way to go.
The issue is going to be the supplies. You have a
we
sled and a
have-
horse.
Right. But the sled and the horse could possibly stay here?
Could you just carry what you need?
Or we could go, I mean, I'm comfortable going out in the elements. I mean, that's my thing. It's more what do they want to do? Because
Let's hear
I'm
from
going
Magos. What does Magos want to do?
I'm still searching for this necromancer, so whatever gets me closer to those green lights.
Did we determine that the shortcut through the mountain takes us to the same place as climbing the mountain would?
It's hard to tell because you didn't go the other way. But the one thing you did see is you saw a sign of life.
From what I scouted, can I ride the horse through this?
No.
Okay.
So I guess the question is, do you take the long way around with all of your supplies? Do you leave some of your supplies here with the horse and then journey on without?
I don't know. I hate to leave the horse here. It's going to get killed.
Marcus is quite resourceful.
Oh no, that's a day away from the, how's he going to eat?
You could also send the horse back. It's your
I
decision.
like that idea. I think we send Telesphorus back with the horse, grab what we need, and move through the cave. If that's the quicker way to get further up the mountain and maybe catch some time on this necromancer, all the better.
Okay.
Not only
Plus,
that, but if the Cyclops has created a beacon for danger, then I don't think we need to head back that direction.
All right, so I guess the decision is to send Telesphorus, Marcus, and the rest of the supplies back. You're going to carry what you can, and we'll work on that offline. I don't want to talk about supplies in game, but all right. So the decision has been made that the four of you are going to continue. Telesphorus, Marcus, the rest of the supplies heading back to town. Telesphorus reluctantly agrees to leave, but understands that it is a mission of haste. Because you do have a limited number of days before winter sets in, and then you guys are trapped. So you've got to get back. So with that, you guys head on through the shortcut. You do make your way through the cave, and you've taken the shortcut. You do get to the end, and at the end here, as you overlook the valley, you do see Phobos in full view. We see Saturn in the night sky. And it is like a reddish hue that hits the land at night. As you begin making your way, like you have to kind of go down the valley a little bit before you begin this other climb up the major ascent of the cave, of the mountain. As the four of you do that, I'm guessing the marching order is always going to be the huntsman up front, and then who is what is it? So we got huntsman up front, and then who's second, third, and fourth.
Let's keep the casters in the middle.
All right, so Alis, you'll be in the back, and then Magos and Morgan are kind of staggered in the middle. So that's going to be your marching order. You've also got your dog. I keep forgetting the dog's name. Takani.
Jorge.
Is not Jorge. Is Takani is marching along as well. And you guys march through the night. You rested. Trying to stay, low as the wind is kind of kicking across. It's getting very, very cold. You're kind of bundling up. And it's at this point that in this day that our tracker picks up those tracks again. There's 5 or 6 of them. They are moving strangely. These are extremely fresh. And you think at this point you may only be an hour or maybe less. They're very fresh. Like, the snow that has fallen has not even filled the tracks yet. They're pretty fresh. You immediately stop as you pick this up because it seems that they are in the vicinity, at least. Whatever this is.
So I want to relay that we need to be alert. And we may want to scout with the...
Archaeoptera.
Yeah, good luck with me remembering that thing.
His name is Raph Tuntic, so you just want to call it Raph.
Wrath. Okay.
All right, so...
Did we go through the shortcut, I take it?
You did.
Yes.
So you took the shortcut, you're in the valley, you're heading up to the mountain. You've been traveling through the night. Phobos is hanging above, and our huntsman has picked up tracks. That is such a useful ability. With that, Wes, would you roll a d6 for me?
Does he get advantage?
There is no advantage in this game. Quit asking. Ooh. All right. As the wind kicks a certain way,
Please keep that response in the game.
Oh, of course I will. I know the channel is rolling with advantage, but there is no advantage in this game. All right. With that, Wes, your dog does pick up a scent.
Quit asking, damn it.
Chris, we're moving on. We're in the story. All right. Okay. So, order to the table. All right. With that, Wes, your dog does pick up a scent. He does pick up that there is something moving off to the right. You quickly know that something is afoot, and at this point, it hits you that you might be able to cut off whatever is coming at you.
I'm going to motion to everybody else.
This is the Huntsman Ambusher ability. You triggered it.
I'm going to motion to the others that they're up ahead, quiet, and we're going to stay low and point which direction we're going.
So you begin slowly, everyone kind of hunching down. Is there anything...
I'm going to try to move silently, too.
All right, give me a roll on that.
D6 or D12?
I think, no, hang on. It's a D12.
Oh, because that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. You guys begin to move up the mountain, moving as quietly as you can. There's a bitter wind cutting across. The huntsman is just about, I don't know who's rolling. Dungeon Daddy's rolling the dice because he's bored. And as we get to the top and look over, Wes, Quinn, you're a little bit ahead as you're looking over the ridge. And you look and you see something very strange. You see a bunch of these humanoids, men possibly, walking about, hunching down, sniffing the ground. They're also not wearing clothes, and they look very odd. And there are 5 of them. These are the 5 that you've been, but they are lurking about, and they are looking. They're looking at the ground, and you see some of them are digging and tearing at the ground, and they're searching. But you're above them, and you see all these things moving about. As you look closer and get the dog that kind of like begins to get really far like down. You see that he's got that arch, like he's ready to attack. You look and notice these things are not alive. These are some type of undead.
Okay.
Can I have? I don't know if I'm there or not.
So he's ahead of you. He's kind of. You guys are. He's probably 20 feet ahead of you, but he's at the top. You guys are kind of in the middle of it. He's scouted and he sees this on the top. So Quinn, what do you want to do with this now that you see all this?
I'm going to take out a few arrows and poke them down into the snow.
Ooh, there you go. Okay.
I'm going to signal to the others to move up quiet, and I'm going to have my bow ready so that...
Okay. With this...
that I'm about to shoot.
All right, do this for me. We're going to do a roll for surprise here. Wes, give me a d6 roll. Oof.
I'm going to cast from evil.
Okay, so here's what happens. As all this happens, they start moving up. They're not as quiet as you. It's mainly your friend behind you that's wearing armor. There's some clinking as he's moving up the hill. They look up and alerted. However, you get to ambush. So you get a full round of whatever it is you want to do while you hear all this other commotion happening up behind you. So what we're going to do is before we even do announcements, you get a full round. You get a surprise round. There are 5 of these things coming. I'm going to go ahead and set the scene real quick. Let me pull up the map. And, alright, so now let me go ahead and pull this up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to show off the encounter of what this is. You've got some type of zombie creature thing. Mm. This is what you see. They might have been men at one time, but these things are like their skin is stretched, it's thin. They're very thin. You can see like bones, like rail thin, almost like anorexic in a way. And they think there's a long jaws, strong teeth, and you see this raggled hair as they're kind of looking about. sniffing and looking up and sensing you, and they're all kind of like, ah, as they kind of see as they're looking up. And we have, okay, you said to click it. Danny, how did you say to get rid of this thing now? Windows?
There's a top left like box that I always click, and then it goes away.
I just figured it out. Okay, perfect. All right, they made a little bit of a change, but we got it. All right, so let me pull these guys in. There is 1. There is 2, 3, 4, and there is 5. So we have 5 of these here. We're going to kick on some different music. We're going to go to some combat. You have a surprise round. Wes, you go ahead and fire your 2 shots if that's what you want to do. You've got some arrows in the ground. You do have, there is about a 15-foot, or no, I'm sorry, it's about a 10-foot ridge that you're basically on as you're overlooking these 5 undead zombie things. I'm calling them zombies because it's the best thing I got for, but there's something like that. With that, Quinn, you can go ahead and make your 2 shots. Tell me who you're targeting, and we'll go from there.
I'm going to target the closest one, and I'm also going to command Takani to kind of run along the ridgeline and see if he can distract any of them, because it's going to take them a while to climb up.
Okay.
And if they all climb up in one area, we might get overwhelmed.
Okay. Like it. All right, with that, take your shots.
Okay, so 2 shot.
Shot 1. Holy moly, that thing hits for 8. Okay, that arrow goes thunk and it sticks in him. You hit that thing dead center. What did you roll? A 17. It's still coming at you. Take another shot. That misses off to the side. So one of your arrows hit. You hit it really hard. It doesn't seem to be overly concerned. Well, I'm not going to say he's not affected, but that arrow, you don't know if you could hit it much harder than you did. I mean, you hit it right dead on. It's just sticking out of him. Let me see.
That was my ambush round.
That was your ambush round. Now I need everyone to make an announcement, and then we're going to roll. So, Magos, make an announcement. Can you also change your camera? I'm looking at the ceiling. And the top of your head. There you are.
I was kneeling down.
He was hiding. Okay.
I'm preparing my new spell, the Wall of Protection or Wall of Spirits.
Wall of Shadow is what it's called.
Yes. Wall of
That
Shadow.
one. Can you, if you have your book, can you look that spell up in the referee's manual so you have it ready? Do you have it?
Okay. I'll go get it now.
All right. So while you're doing that, Magos is doing that. What is Morgan doing?
I'm gonna be firing arrows. I got a 3 and 2 rate. So is it 2 the first round, 1 the third, 1 the second? Or
It's
one
are you? Yes. So it's 2, and then it's 3. How do you get the extra attack rate?
The attack rate of the short bow is just 3 and 2.
That's right. It is. Yeah. West goes 2. I gotta look this up. Hang on a second. Yeah, it's 1 shot then 2 shots for you, and Wes for you is just 2 shots every round. Okay. All right. With that, we got that cleared up, and then what is our warlock friend going to do?
My power is going in and out about every 30 seconds. I'm going to cast Protection from Evil on myself.
All right, so you're casting a spell. Magos is casting a spell. Morgan is ranged, and Quinn, you're also ranged. All right, with that, let's have Quinn. You roll the initiative here. So roll a d6 versus me. I'm gonna go on a 2. Oh, wait a minute. I rolled it. It's so weird. Wes, you rolled a 2. I rolled a 6. For some reason, my dice aren't rolling correctly. Roll 20. What are you doing to me tonight?
Is this a higher or a lower?
You want
Lower.
high on this?
I mean higher.
Yeah, you want high on this.
That's confusing.
I know. I apologize, but okay. All right. So with that, they are going to go first. They're going to start moving. Takani went ahead and did your order from last round. He's moving off the side. He would have already done that. He is barking. We'll say he goes to here. One of them is going to begin to climb. He's going to get to here on his turn. This one also is going to get to here. This one is going to get to here. He's going to be climbing up. All right, so these are not in melee range. Okay, they are in the process of climbing up. So with that, I'll have the range. You can take your 3 shots and then move, and you will not. Even though it looks like you're close, it's a 3-dimensional. They're in the midst of climbing up. They are climbing extremely fast, but they are climbing up.
Are there any boulders that we could roll off near them?
You could probably. You don't see anything in your vicinity, but maybe you fell back some. Not where you are. Take your shots.
Okay.
They tried to climb, and both of these two slid down to the bottom. So knock him back.
3 on whichever one is still coming.
Okay, you're gonna try to hit the guy again. You hit. Okay, he's got another arrow sticking out of him. You hit. And has another arrow sticking out of him. Wait. You hit. You've got 4 arrows sticking out of him.
Okay, I'm moving.
Alright, so you can move up to 40 feet. That's 5-foot squares. Move where you want to go. Alright, Morgan, you're up. Take your shots.
I'm also going to command Takani to fall back.
Okay.
I'm going to be firing at this one.
Okay. Miss.
Nope.
Alright, you cannot move. You had to plant. And with that, Alis, you cast your spell. You're now, you have this aura comes about you to protect you from evil. Alright. Wall of Shadow. The sorcerer conjures from the black gulf a barrier of darkness. The wall of shadow must be 10 feet thick and 10 feet high. Only the length is malleable. Allow for 10 feet per caster. So can create a 10 that is 7. Okay, so it is 10 feet by 10 feet, but you can make it up to 50 feet long since you're level 5. The wall can be straight or form a semicircle. It's not impenetrable. It just it's like basically creates almost like a fog barrier, but you get 50 feet of it.
Does it do any damage if they pass through it?
No.
No, but it gives you it gives anybody trying to shoot through it a -2. So it kind of obscures you.
Okay. There you go.
That'll work. All right, so you create this wall of shadow. With that, we now need to go to announcements again, and then we'll roll for initiative. So Magos, you cast this spell. It you create this barrier. What do you want to do now? What's your next action?
Burning hands.
Okay, so you're gonna.
I just moved it. So.
All right, so that's what you're gonna do. We're just making an announcement. So you're gonna move in magic. Morgan, what are you doing? Got it. Morgan, what are you doing?
Firing my 2 arrows this round.
2 arrows. Okay. Quinn.
So I can't see them now that the wall's there, right? Or
Correct.
Okay, so I am sitting and waiting till I see one of them, and as soon as I see one of them, I'm going to fire 2 arrows.
All right, so you're getting your arrows. So you're pulling arrows. You're range. You're just waiting. With that, Danny, what are you doing?
They're not up here yet, are they? I'm going to fire it.
All right, so you're going to take your crossbow out and take a shot. Okay. So basically, you guys are waiting. All right, so let's roll some initiative. Let's go to actually everybody except for him. Okay. Jeff, roll. D6. 2.
Dose.
Oh, this works out because y'all want them to go first anyway. 1, 2. I got to roll this. Hang on. So these 2 slide back down the hill. These make it up. All right. So as these are climbing up, what I'm going to do is they're moving. They're going to get a little bit closer, but everyone is going to get to go off now because y'all are kind of waiting for this to happen. So Quinn, you can take your 2 shots. This is the one that has 4 arrows sticking out of him. The rest are untouched, these 2. So Quinn, you can take your shots first since you have the highest dex. That does hit. That's the first one. Second one misses. Another arrow. He has 5 arrows sticking out of him now.
What does this guy have?
Morgan, take your turn. Take your 2 shots.
The one that he is turning to a pincushion, I'll shoot once.
Okay. Miss.
And then the same one.
Miss. You're not as good as him. You're
I was
not.
robbed.
You were robbed. All right. Alis, take your shot.
All right.
Ooh. You hit an AC of 0 for 2. It's got a crossbow bolt on him now. He's got 6 arrows sticking out of him. All right, Magos.
Burning hands. I'm going
All
to
right.
move ahead.
Yeah, so you said you wanted to move ahead here, and you get 120 degree arcs. You hit both of them for 10. That's auto damage. So this thing, the one with all the arrows on it, as you come out, you cast Burning Hands. You spray this fire. The one with all the pin cushions in them, the fire like burns him up, and it's just a complete immolation. As his body rolls down, he's burned. He's to a crisp. He's dead. This one takes 10 damage. He burst into flames, but he's still up.
Damnation!
With that, he moves up. He's in melee. They spent their turn moving up, and he's going to scamper up here as well. He's basically, this hill's smaller. He climbs up, but they spent their turn. These two failed. They're falling back. They're still trying to climb. Let's make announcements again. Now we're going to go. Let's have Danny. What are you going to do? They're kind of, two of them are in melee range at this point. Danny, what?
Melee.
Melee. Morgan, what are you doing?
Missile.
Missile. Wes.
3 shots this time.
3 shots as he's moving up. Okay. All right. He will be closing into melee range. So what you want to do is, if you want to make sure you get initiative on this one, because if he gets up there, you're shooting in like melee. So there's negatives there. And then Chris, what are you doing, Magos?
I'm burning hands again.
Magic again. Smoke them while you got it. All right. With that, let's have Jeff. You roll a d6.
I rolled it last time.
Oh, you did. So Chris, you roll. Oh, I'm only going on a 1. That's great for you guys. Chris, roll a d6. All right, your party's going first. So melee, you get to run first. What are you going to do? Danny, I know you're in this. No, Chris. I'm sorry. Danny is up.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna swing.
Can you see the map?
Yeah.
Which one do you want to go after? I know your internet's.
This one's up here, isn't it?
Yeah, you want to run up to him and attack? Go for it.
Yeah.
Run in and make your attack. Oof. Hang on a second. That's gonna hit. You go up. You swing you bring your gladius down. This one is already like engulfed in flames. You cut right through him. You cut all the way across its chest, separating part of his body, like the top part of his torso apart. As he doubles over, you cut him in twain. He is dead.
Ooh.
Deleted. All right, so that's your turn. With that, we go to Quinn with your 3 shots. He is climbing up, so you can take your 3 shots and move.
No disadvantage from where I'm at right now?
No, because there's a ridge right here. He's climbing. So basically, you got the initiative. He's kind of climbing up. Had he been the initiative and gotten attacked, you would have there's some minuses to shooting in melee. First one misses. Second one misses. Third one.
All misses.
All misses. Oh yeah, 8, 10. All right, you're kind of befuddled, but you can move now. You have the ability to move, since you are the master of the bow. You can shoot and move.
All right, I'm falling back and I'm telling Takani to attack.
Okay. Takani rolls up. Go ahead and roll a d20 for Takani and put Quinn where you want him to be. To that I say nay. That will not hit. So you go ahead and move Quinn where you want to be. Morgan, where do you want to be?
I'm going to loop around.
I got you. So you're kind of going around this way. Okay.
The one that is coming, this one I'm going to be firing at.
Okay, take your shot.
Come on, 20. Where are you at?
That hits. He's got an arrow in him.
And he's still moving, huh?
Yep.
Can I move into melee?
No. Yeah.
I'm done.
All right, Magos, you've got your spell ready. The person in front of you, but I'll let you move and then cast your spell. You've got these two are down the hill.
How far deep is this in front of me?
10, 15 feet.
All right, I'm gonna stop, drop, and roll. I'm gonna go
This
to
one?
here and then jump down and roll towards this guy.
Okay. I'll let you do it.
And then
there's a little bit of, I can see there's a path here, so you're fine. So you can go up and burning hands this guy. All right.
Yeah.
You pull the fire out again. It's auto 10 damage. As you cast the flames, he catches fire again. Let me see something really quick.
I've got my hand on the stone once again, and I murmur a few things and just reach out and just vitriol him with my...
He is completely immolated. He falls to the ground, burned to a crisp.
As I reach out and shoot the flame, it takes the rest of my energy, and I'm really tired. And so as I do that, I put my hand down onto his face, and it goes right through his face.
I love it. You just just burn through his face. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. With that, these two guys here, they are gonna try to climb again. Let's see if they make it this time. One does. This one does not. All right, so this one makes it up to the hill. All right, let's make some announcements.
As they move up, I yell, "Quinn!"
Melee.
All right, A-list is meleeing. Magos.
I'm gonna have my incendiary oil and my torch ready.
Okay, you're just like grabbing some oil. Okay, Morgan.
I'm going to be firing bow.
Okay, all right. And then let's do some initiative. Let's do Wes, roll a d6 for me. I'm going on a 5. Danny, roll a d6 for me. All right, they're going first. So this thing is going to. Well, Wes will come back here in a second. Wes is going to come back, and then we're going to have the undead thing's going to go up. He's going to attack Magos. He goes and he goes to hit you with his claw or his hand. You take a step back, and there's this shimmer that comes out of you and kind of deflects the attack as your sorcerer's armor is triggered, and he misses you. With that, this guy is going to try to climb up as well. Ah, man, that guy cannot climb that hill for no reason at all. Not happening.
He's undead.
You would think he would get up there. He's just like, he just keeps scraping at the side of it and sliding down. He's not really thinking. But with that, Alis, you are melee. You can run up.
Okay.
You get your double attack this time.
Yeah.
Why this time?
Huh?
Why this time?
Because he is a master of the short sword of the Gladius, and he gets 1 attack and then 2 attacks.
Oh, okay. Cool.
He hits both attacks for a total of 16 damage.
Yeah.
It's going to be enough to kill it. You run up and you take 2 slices. You come across, you chop off the hand that tried to attack Magos, and then you bring the blade around and you cut it across the chest again. It worked before, and this thing falls to the ground. You fell it.
Nice.
With that, Morgan, you are up.
Firing my 2 shots into this one.
Into the darkness. Try to take a shot.
As he does it, I yell out, "Alis, thank you."
Surprisingly, one of your shots actually will hit.
Goes through the dark.
Goes through the darkness. You still manage to hit it.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot I was in the darkness.
Yeah, there's like a wall, but you're like shooting into it, and one of them actually lands. Quinn, you're up. There is a wall of shadow about.
I don't see anything through the shadow right now, right?
No, you can hear there's one down there.
Go ahead.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, then I want to shoot it twice.
Okay. Man, look at Quinn just running and gunning. I love it.
Closed when the power.
I love it.
I'm trying to get my character sheet to load. It's not pulling up yet. So
Sorry.
I don't know the calculation on the others. So.
I know it. Just roll the d20. I know both of those are going to hit. And roll a 2d6. Okay. He's got 3 arrows sticking out of him.
I've lost track of arrows at this point.
I have a loose track in my head. Yeah.
I
Okay.
think I was down to like 20 or 22.
Yeah, you've shot about 12 by my calculation.
I had 36.
Yeah.
I got 2 back.
Right. All right, and with that, it is Magos. You're up. You have your incendiary oil, and you were about getting. You have a torch. I don't think the torch is
It's
lit.
just the
though.
one way down below us, right?
Yeah,
All right, I'm gonna run forward.
there is a wall of shadow between you two.
I'm going to throw my incendiary oil down below and a torch.
The torch is not lit.
I thought I was lighting it back here.
That you announced it this turn. If you want to light the torch, you can do that this turn.
I tell you what, I'm going to put my burning hands on the incendiary oil as it falls down.
Oh, there you go. Like just toss it in flame. Okay.
Toss it,
You know what? We're playing loosey goosey. It's fine.
toss it down, and then just hit it.
I
right as it
understand.
goes
Yeah, that's
down.
fine. All right. So roll a d8 for me.
Yes, sir.
You can see through the wall, but things are like kind of hazy, vague.
Oh no, I hit report bug. Hold on. Yeah, exactly.
I think the burning hands is going to be enough anyway.
Oh, it best be.
Yeah. All right. So between the incendiary oil, there's like this explosion that kind of it dissipates the wall of shadow for just a second as you see this flame, and then the wall kind of like comes back. You do see this thing just explode into flames as you do fell the last of whatever these things are.
Yes.
Fire seems to work.
What the hell with you?
And swords seem to do okay. The arrows did not seem overly effective for whatever reason. With that, Wes, roll. We're gonna say like 12d6 and see how many arrows you can get back. Wes, roll 12d6 for fletching, and everything under a 3 is an arrow saved. Yeah.
I don't even know how to roll that many.
You can do 5 at a time. Those are not d6s.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, we got some luck here. That's 3 arrows. Do another 5. Let's see how many arrows he gets back. There's another 3. You've got 6 back. All right, now roll 2 more. 2 more dice. All right, 6 arrows back. That's not bad. That's
I
not
think I'm
bad.
at like 26.
There we go. All right, so as you were down picking up arrows and investigating, what is Magos doing? Curious about Magos.
I am shimmying down this ravine.
Okay. I'll give it to you. You shimmy your way down, and you see some smoldering corpses down at the bottom.
I want to investigate them, see if there's anything that gives me a clue as to where were they magically, was the necromancer involved in this?
It definitely looks like magic that you've seen before. Your guess is that Varazon is behind this. This is also the second time you've encountered
Varazon? Or my stones that he stole from me, that cursed bitch?
Also, this is the second time you've seen them digging. While Danny thinks of it, what is Morgan doing?
Money and get digging down there.
Maybe I should dig.
Very good suggestion, Chris. That's
What is the area that we are coming to investigate besides these guys? Be in that area?
This is kind of like this journey between mountains. Like you've climbed the first mountain, you kind of cut through it. Now the main mountain you were that the lights were emanating from, the green lights that you saw a few nights ago, you're basically at the base of that mountain, and you got attacked by these things.
Okay.
So what is Morgan doing?
Sorry, I'm watching your brother pee in a jar. that's
It's just another Tuesday night around here.
That was
All right.
indoor playing from the city
All
there.
right, what is Wes? Let's go to Wes. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna get a bag that I had, like,
Yeah.
take one of the hands of the zombies.
Okay. You're collecting things. You've got a Cyclops horn. You've got a zombie hand.
It's a dead man's hand.
It's a dead man's hand. I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't know what he's gonna do with this, but I already am concerned. I don't know. He's collecting MacGyver tools, is what he's doing.
Well, Wes, I've got to hand it to you. I'm sure it'll be great.
I gotta hand it to you. Right. He's gonna sit down and start reading a farewell to arms while he's at it.
Trevor can't grasp what you're doing.
Well, see, when Chris kills Verazon and learns his necromancy, I'm gonna have a horned hand that runs around and attacks for me.
Why we can't have nice things?
All right. With that, you guys are all collecting things. What is?
I'm gonna hop down and start digging wherever they were digging. I want to see what they're looking for.
You look around and you're digging through the snow, and as you're digging out, you don't see anything. But in the distance, you hear a voice cut through the night, and you hear a voice go, "Alis, is that you?" You recognize the voice, but it seems frail and far. And as you turn, you see the silhouette of someone like walking through some of the wind. You see a red Roman cape is the first thing you notice, and you look and you see this old man standing there. You don't recognize him, but he seems to recognize you.
Who goes there? Who calls my in the name of Rome? Answer.
It is I, Gaius. You know me.
Gaius.
Does not look like Gaius.
Come closer.
He steps forward, and as he does, you see your friend. He is way older. He was your age. He looks like an old man. Gray beard, gray hair, but you recognize his eyes.
Gaius, what has befallen you?
Let me pull up Gaius. He goes, "Come, I have a camp near here. Are these your friends?" Hey.
We're his friends. Cold as hell out here.
As good as legionnaires, friend.
Come, I have a warm place. I will explain some things. You look wonderful. Young and vibrant. Hey, come. And with that, he takes his cloak and he kind of burls up against the snow, and he's kind of motioning for you to follow him.
I walk up to, who is the old campaigner? One of yours?
Yes. It seems to be them. Have your hands on weapons just to be sure. Something is there. He was young like me when we first came. When I was brought here, we were the same age.
He keeps walking. Come quickly, come.
I'll start moving at a slow jog.
He moves you off the path and up the hill to the base of the mountain. You follow him for a good hour or so as he's like moving through the night sky. He keeps looking back and motioning you. He eventually brings you to the very base of the mountain, and he kind of disappears, and you see that he has a small hovel, a small cave between these two rocks that he goes into for shelter. All of you follow in, and you are meted by a warm camp, flames, candles, rugs, various things that he's kind of looks like scavenged or collected. But you come into Gaius's encampment, and Gaius he comes and he goes, "Come, warm yourself," and he has a small meager fire. You see a few different things, knickknacks laying about, and he goes, "Come." And also, you see another individual, a female, wearing big burly clothing as well. He goes, This is a friend of mine I met just 2 days ago. Another survivor of the mountain. And, Quinn, you recognize this person. She is from your village. Let me pull her up for you. She is an Eskimo. Her name is Sayade. Sayade is someone you know. She's a fisherman. She worships the other god in town that you are not too keen with. But she kind of follows in with the rest of the town. She's respected. But you haven't been in your village in a while, and you're surprised to see her here. She does look malnourished.
How did she was there when I left?
You haven't seen her in some time. It's common for fishermen to leave, and you don't see them for a while, and they come back. But you see her kind of hold up, and she looks up, she sees him, and goes, Hi, Quinn. She's like almost trembling next to the fire in... I'm
going to ask her how she came to be here. Is there a native tongue?
Yes, you do speak. It's like a Hellenic. There's a specific dialect of Hellenic that you speak with her. So you share this language, and she goes, I was kidnapped. I was taken by the spirit of the mountain.
Spirit of the mountain? What is that?
And she's like kind of trembling, and she's like, many of us were taken, all females. He came, large, hairy.
I'm
I
going to
have
pull
a-
out the horn.
You pull out the horn, and he goes, I don't recognize this.
Large and hairy, she said?
Yeah. Fur, white fur, all encompassing.
Oh. I'm going to ask her, does she know where it is?
Yes. He has many children encamped on the mountain. He was collecting women to... And she kind of... He wanted us to all be his whores.
Hey, baby, you have a minute with Yeti?
Oh god. That was
I'm going to
great.
speak up and say, you look hungry. We have food.
She goes,
I
please.
actually break out of my backpack. I pull out like a small brick of cheese.
She just tears into it. She just completely tears into it.
I put down 2 apples and like whatever dried stuff is in the iron rations, and I'll leave her the water skin. I'm gonna try and go outside and forage for some firewood.
All right, so you go outside as you're looking about, looking for firewood. Look, there he is. See, look, he's just still, he's just throwing them back, just throwing them back. All right, Danny, Alis, Gaius pulls over to you. Now that you see him in better light next to the fire, you see your friend. He is somewhat older than you. He looks at you and goes, how long have you been here?
I believe just a matter of days. What about you?
Oh, some years. I've lost track of time. It's been some years. I have a question. Before you came here, do you remember the land between?
I remember the mists of Britannia, the bogs.
No. The golden land between. Elysium. Were you there?
I don't remember. I woke up here. It's about all I remember.
Servius, and I were here. I lost Servius some years ago, but we were here. Long ago we've been here, trapped on this mountain. There's a beast above, and a beast below. We had to live on this mountain.
What are these beasts?
And he looks over and goes, one was wearing that horn. We escaped it and fled back up the mountain. I see you have slain it.
Well, sir,
The other is the beast that Saida speaks of. The furry beast. He reigns and lords over this mountain. His children govern it.
I'm going to clasp him
Savages.
on the shoulder. I'm going to clasp him on the shoulder and say, "Well, Servius, like back, I did what you cannot." And say, "Quinn, show him the horn."
Yeah, he sees it. He sees
Yeah.
it. He goes, "Oh, you've done a great deed. We can escape now. We can escape this mountain now that its gatekeeper has been slain."
Lucius and Nonus are here with me.
And with you. And with you. That's wonderful. I don't know where Servius is. And Vibius was not with me. Only Servius.
And if Servius is lost, you say,
I lost him some years ago.
as in dead or actually lost?
I do not know. We were separated by a wind, and when the wind abated, he was gone.
I'm gonna does the Eskimo with him know the village that we came from? I'll ask her.
Say it, she looks up and she nods.
And I'll say that that's the village where Nonus and Lucius are, as well as.
At first light, we should head your way. I long for the taste of ale and warmer fires.
Tell me from your perspective, what do you know of this hairy white that rules the mountain?
He traverses up and down the mountain in seasons. His children, they govern it at all time, but he only moves in seasons, only when it is coldest. I have scouted and seen him rob villages, and he always brings women, eats men, captures women.
Does he walk or fly, or how does he reverse?
I've only seen him in the distance walking on two. I've seen his tracks mainly. Large, big feet.
I'm going to ask Quinn and Morgan if they've ever heard of such a creature.
What was?
Kind of white, all hairy and big.
I'm going to kind of smile and say, I have been tracking this nemesis for quite some time.
From where I come from, nothing like that. But is she speaking in common, or is she?
She speaks both.
Have you seen the one with the big eye and the horn before? Is that who you speak of?
She shakes him. No, this one has two ferocious eyes and ferocious teeth.
You seem to know
as tall as two men.
Well,
Quinn, you said you've been tracking this beast?
Yes. This has
What is
been my goal for quite some time.
What is it?
It is a Yeti.
I've heard tales, but well, friend,
People didn't believe me that it existed.
I've heard of it in legend and myths, but they're usually up in the high country where we're at now, and I come from the subtropical forest. So, in legend and stories I have heard, but never in truth. But we have seen the one-eyed. I'm sure that we will meet this one soon.
well,
And-
friend, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm speaking to the. I forgot the lady's name.
Saida.
That is the one that stole you, and we're the other females.
I escaped. I can still hear them screaming. They are still there, or at least they were a few days ago.
Could you lead us to where they were, at least draw a map?
I could not go back. I will not go back.
Can you draw, what is the, oh, by the way, how much wood did I bring back?
You've got just a little around fallen sticks.
All right, I'll just, I just throw all of it onto the fire at once, try and warm the place up. And actually, when I'm going, nah, it won't do anything. It only warm it up for like 1 minute. I ask her, can you draw a map? Like I do it on the floor. Like here where is this?
I will draw a map and point you on your way, but I'd rather die here than go up there.
You and your friend will be safe here, I'm sure, until we return.
You
I
cannot.
think they may actually try to travel back down to the village, right?
I don't know. And Gaius speaks up. He goes, "Well, I always felt that the beast below is what kept the rest of them above. He was a gatekeeper of sorts."
Well, in that
Another-
case, somebody needs to go back and warn them.
Guys, why don't you take Sayada
Hmm.
back to the village and warn the others. And friend Quinn, if this is a nemesis of yours, it is a nemesis of mine. I'm with you.
Was I aware of children?
I didn't say children. No. You weren't aware that he had children. It is also interesting that it was able to get past the gatekeeper, but his children apparently can't.
Well, I think that we should use this to rest and recuperate.
And Gaius speaks up and goes, "What if we were to return to town and get some more of our legionnaires together to return?"
I don't know if the season will allow us that, Gaius.
He goes, Soon the mountain will close." And he
What
looks
say
over.
you?
He does look over. Gaius looks over at Magos. He goes, "Who is your Grecian friend here?" Magos.
This is Magos.
He
He
travels with you.
seeks an evil magician. Have you any rumblings of such?
The sorcerer. Yes. I saw him 2 days ago.
On this mountain?
Yes.
The same?
Yes. But he took a similar path north by northwest, trying to climb the mountain. I thought he was mad. But he was not alone. He had followers.
Were they of a monstrous type?
Yes.
Laggardly?
Similar to what you were fighting.
Aye.
Always digging at the ground they were.
What is the dig? Does anyone?
I don't know. But he seems to be searching for something.
Well, Magos, Quinn, Morgan, what say you?
I'm a little worried now because now I don't know how many of them. Like, did they give us an idea of the count of how many these things are?
Ask the Eskimo.
Yeah, that's
Well,
Sayada speaks up. Goes, many children. A dozen at least.
How long have you been in these islands, friend?
Sayada or Gaius?
The new guy. Well,
Gaius. Years. Many years. Time is hard to track here. I've learned of the two moons. The stars are different. And you look about and you can see, like, carved into the walls, he seems to be trying to track planets and things of this nature. He goes, I don't know. Some years, decades, I fear.
how old were you when you arrived?
I was not much older than Alis here.
I can only think that you were taken first, and seconds back on our world for years.
I'm gonna start to look at his drawings, like with the constellations, whatever it is that he was trying to do, and see if he came up with anything like any like equation, like oh wow, or anything like that.
You see that he was keeping some type of a calendar. You do see that he was counting darkness, and you see what looks like nightfall, and he has 25, possibly 30 nightfalls that he's counted.
And he's pretty on track from what I can tell.
Yeah, he may be a little off, but you can tell it's at least 2 decades.
I tell him, please partake. There's plenty of rations and.
No, I take it. Yeah, I take it back. It wouldn't be that many. Nightfall comes once every 13 years, so he's tracked 3 nightfalls total. So that would be 13, 26, somewhere
39.
between. Maybe it depends on where he landed, though. If he landed in Nightfall, it would be somewhere. Maybe I'm trying to point. It's 25 to 30 years he's been here. So he's counted 3 total Nightfalls.
The portals and the magic work weird in the Gulf. You two could have walked through the same portal and come in at different years. But you're almost, there's a few corrections to be made in your equations, but you're pretty spot on.
Hmm.
Gaius goes, Aelus, you do not remember the world between. Did you not see it with your eyes?
I woke up on, looks to be some sort of old temple, perhaps? But I remember being on the mists and waking up there.
You have visions of the yellow and the gold.
Was I there?
I thought we all were. Servius remembered it. He said he looked at it as if he was looking through water. I don't recall that.
I don't think that Magos or Quinn or Oregon, do any of you have any inkling of what he's speaking of?
I have no
Yeah.
clue.
You mean his time relation?
No, this golden wall of water he keeps calling Elysium.
Have I ever heard of any type of...
No, but he seems pretty adamant that he was somewhere else before he was here. A place between Britannia and Hyperborea.
I wonder if some way.
Did you... Perhaps you died in the battlefield and the gods kicked you back? You were in between?
I have thought that. I have thought this is some type of punishment or test.
Well, no, it's not a punishment, depending on which way you look at it, but you are alive. No worse for wear. I kind of say it like in a, hey, sorry, I don't know what to tell you, type of tone. But you and your friend are safe with us. Do you wish to travel back to the village, or do you wish to continue on with us? We could use your help. And she says that there are other females that are still being held by these brutes and being used as a harem, as she explained.
I would much rather travel to a safer place, but I also will not shy away from a fight. Let us rest here in the warmth. I'll speak of it in the morning.
Fair enough.
And with that, I think we're at a good stopping point as we now determine yet another crossroads of leaving and getting supplies and maybe more swords before assaulting the mountain of the Yeti and his children, or continuing on now and trying to save the rest of the slaves that it seems to have taken from local villages. So with that, we'll kick up next week. It was a fun night. It was a lot of internet issues with the storm. Hopefully, I will edit out as much of that as possible. With that, thank you everybody for watching, and we will catch you guys next week.